Hi YouTube friends, your friendly neighborhood naturopath here, and I'm in the woods here and I have my phone propped up on a tree branch that's down, and can you guess what it is? One of my latest videos that I did before was making pine needle tea, and this is a branch from a pine tree that I have the phone propped up on to make a video for you. But that's not what the video is about. The video is about mustards. So I have two different mustards here. The first one, public enemy number one. As you can see, this is a very aggressive plant. I pulled this out, and this is one of the most invasive plants in the Northeast and probably all over the U.S., but the Northeast, it's really a nightmare. So I'm going to break off this part here. Now this is an edible plant. This is what the leaf looks like, the second year or more leaf. That's what it looks like. It's kind of heart-shaped. It's pretty. It's garlicky. Tastes good. The flower, this is what it looks like from the top. Here's the flower. I want you to see that really close up. Now, like I always say, make sure you know what you're eating before you eat it. Now, this is something that tastes good. You can't really make a meal out of it, but you can put these leaves in your salad. It tastes pretty good, but I don't really find it amazing. But it does add a nice little flavor to your salads. But by all means, do not dig this up and plant it in your yard, especially if you like to garden, because all you will have is this. You won't have any other plant in your garden. This will absolutely take over. It produces hundreds of seeds. I read somewhere, I think it could produce, one aggressive plant can produce like over 7,000 seeds. One plant. And then the seeds get dispersed either by humans, but mostly by animals. And the seeds just kind of fall around where the plant is and they just take over. If you've ever seen this growing, and maybe the first year you might have seen 10, 20 plants, by the second, third, fourth, fifth year, there's nothing else that remains. So in the woods, it even can take over in an understory, in a shaded understory. This can take over and displace plants like trillium, like bloodroot, like all the beautiful native plants that grow there actually get choked out by this plant because it starts early spring and it's just so aggressive here in the U.S. So you can eat this. Make sure you know what you're eating. It's a good idea to get a plant book. You know, where I'm at in the Northeast, you could get a Northeast edible plant book, Northeast U.S. edible plant book. Make sure you really look at all the details of every part of it, you know, and learn the plant. You know, go somewhere where people know plants and get together with them on foraging walks and learn. Make sure you know what you're doing, because there's other things that can kind of look like the plant that you want to eat, and they might not be so people friendly. The second plant I have to show you is another mustard. This is also in the brassica family. So they're both in the brassica family, which is where you get cabbage and broccoli and those kind of things. Here's the leaf of this mustard plant. Hope you can see that okay. And this is edible, and this tastes delicious. This is a really nice plant. Now, this is somewhat aggressive too, where it grows, but it normally won't take over fields. It could take over fields, I'm sorry. I've seen it take over fields, which is kind of okay. It doesn't really, usually it's like farmers' fields that haven't planted yet. They take over that and then they just till it into the ground, which probably gives it some good nitrates in the soil. But here's the flower. Some people call it yellow mustard. Some people call it wild mustard. It's tasty. It comes also from either Asia or Europe. I think this one actually is from Asia. But, you know, you read different books and different things say different things. Like the garlic mustard says it could come from Asia or Europe. So who knows? It showed up here in the mid-1800s, I think. Probably someone brought it over on a boat for medicinal and edible properties and wanted to plant it, and they planted it. But unfortunately, it's just so aggressive in our woods, it kind of takes over. But this one's not so bad. And again, with this one, you can find this in open fields, and at this time of year, you'll see it around. And make sure you're in a clean area when you pick it. You can eat the flowers. The flowers are good. Flowers are kind of sweet, and they taste like pollen-y, you know, like pollen. They're just so good. And the leaves are pretty tasty. Good in a salad. Some people do make a meal out of these. I've seen in a place that I used to live, they used to grow all around a lake. There was this little field area. And the Asian people from the area would bring plastic bags and collect bags and bags of this mustard. And I would bet that they would stir fry it, the greens and the flowers, and make a nice meal out of it. And you know, when you're eating foods that are wild like this, these are so nutrient dense. You really don't need much. You know, you could add it to your spring mix or whatever green salad you have, and it's a powerhouse. It's a powerhouse punch, both of these plants. Like I said though, boy, you don't want to take these and plant them at your house just because they taste good, because they're really okay. They're not amazing, and they will take over all around your house. You won't have anything else, and it's not worth it. Let's just say that. It's just not worth it to ruin the biodiversity of your property. So here they are. If you have any questions, just post them down below. I hope you subscribe. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And if there's any other wild edibles that you want to know more about, leave that in the comments too. And as things start to show their faces and their leaves and their flowers, I will share more. So I will see you again. Subscribe down below. I would really appreciate that. Click the little bell so you get every video that I put out, and you'll get to learn more about wild edibles, more about saving money. Depending on where I put this, I have two video channels. I have the Fruit Fanatic 33, and I also have Aunt Cheapo. And Aunt Cheapo is really basically about saving money and living a little easier on our earth. And with these changing times, I think it's time we start learning how to be a little easier on our earth. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye.